we had a chat with the guys from My Mini Factory and Thingiverse.
Oh, yes. I
And,
spoke to Romain Kidd yesterday, actually. Quite a saga.
I can imagine,
We had a chat with
at least on their end.
My Mini.
Okay.
And Sarah asked me to also pop in here at some point.
Good.
We're now live and recording the town hall.
Great.
Hi,
Okay.
everyone.
Hi, everyone. Now, is someone able to open the link on the hub that we want to look at and put it on screen? Is anyone there?
Oh, sorry, I was
here.
muted. I was muted.
Okay.
The 3 hub posts are in the chat. If people could just
Okay.
click on them, I can read them. So the first one is from Thiruch in Thailand. And he says, "Hi everyone, my name is Thiruch. I'm a student from Thailand with experience in engineering and robotics. I am working on a project involving 3D printed organ models for
Wow.
patients to help improve understanding of their conditions and provide emotional reassurance. I'm now looking to expand this work by incorporating 3D printed prosthetic devices." Um, and he says he's hoping to start a chapter in Bangkok and building his first Phoenix hand.
Okay.
So
he should definitely get in touch with Thai Reach, which is
Okay.
the Thailand e-NABLE chapter. It's based in Khon Kaen. James Quilty is one of the co-founders, and his name I remember. And his wife, who's a physician at a hospital, her name I don't remember, but it'll all come out eventually. And he should really start with them because they also have the support of the royal family in Thailand, which is a big deal.
Okay. Right. Well, I left a comment and I will follow up with him in a message
Very good.
later. And um and then for the next post we have a question about badges. This is from Sionwoo Kang. And he's working on earning the 3D printed enable assistive technology devices badge.
Oh,
And he has a question about the donation requirement. He's planning to donate his 3D printed device to a local community health organization. And he wants to know if I provide proof of donation, like a receipt or photo, will it be accepted for the badge? Or does this donation strictly need to go to an official e-NABLE chapter?
no, I think that's great. If he documents it, that'll be terrific. Put him in touch with, Jonathan in case there are any further questions. I wasn't frankly aware that we had a donation requirement, but he will be satisfying it, so he's in good shape.
Okay, great. And the last one was just Rafli in Indonesia, who presented for us at the last town hall. And we agreed to give him some funding.
right.
Has posted that his work has been featured in local media, and he posted a link to a local media article
Fantastic.
on the hub. So,
Yeah, that's great news. Now, has anyone followed through to make sure that he actually gets the money we promised him? I
um,
don't.
yeah, so he um sent me some documentation with pictures. I asked him to add in contact information for everyone
Yes.
he's working with,
Yep.
because he didn't include that. And um, I
Okay.
will I will send it to you also so that you can approve it. And then um, when we're ready to send payment, do I follow up with Evan or?
Yes, you do. You've
Okay.
got the whole process down.
Okay.
Um, if you be diligent and CC me,
Okay.
you can push it all the way through with the. If
Okay.
Evan needs my explicit approval, he'll ask for it. But this all sounds great.
And then the last thing was Isan, the maker in Pakistan that
Yes.
presented at the chapter leaders meeting.
Yep.
I sent it on to you. He sent me some his portfolio, lots of pictures, and he would like some help creating a website.
Ah,
Um, uh, Showcasing local maker activities. And that is outside of my skill set. So was wondering
right.
if anyone in the e-NABLE community would like to volunteer to work with a maker in Pakistan on a website.
What is the website is regarding,
Um, he
well,
doesn't he
showcasing
doesn't have a
makers?
website. It's a maker in Pakistan who's focused on making kind of adaptive wheelchair modifications and adaptive devices for disabled people in his community, and he is disabled himself as
Hmm.
well.
I see. I
Um,
see. Um, I mean, in this day of vibe coding, that would be like really easy now.
Well, that's right. Are you vibe coding these days on Quan?
I'll probably start over the summer. It doesn't look, I was watching my kids do it. It didn't look particularly hard.
It is not particularly hard. I am deeply into it. But I'm going to refrain from volunteering. Although if he's stuck, my agents and I could probably do it. But that's not a general service I mean, that's a really good example of something that other e-NABLE members can do. Uh, so what can you do, Sarah, to promote this so that volunteers do indeed step up as they should and can?
I can definitely make a post on the hub and include um, a link to the recording of the chapter leaders meeting. But yeah, if there are any specific web designers or anyone who would want to include this in their portfolio as a volunteer project that
You're
they
talking. Okay.
worked on, this would like I think this would be a great thing for a really motivated high school student looking for volunteer hours.
I completely agree.
Um,
And I graduated high school a long time ago, so let's hope we can find somebody to pick it up. If not, Quan or I will pick up the slack probably.
Yeah, I probably, I always have kids who would do something, but I would like to give the community. I I just wanted to give the community a chance to do it. But I probably could find somebody. There is always a high school student looking to do something, so I could find somebody or college student.
That's great.
um, Last thing, John, um,
Yes.
when do you want to have the chapter leaders meeting in April?
Oh, I'm gonna have to look at my calendar for that. Um, you're gonna have to nag me because right now I'm now standing in line
Okay.
outside the Zellerback Hall at Berkeley with my phone in my hand.
Okay.
Well, wait, I'm standing in line with my phone in my hand. Let me look at the calendar. So what's the What are the constraints?
Well, I mean, the usual time is pick a Thursday at 12 Eastern. Um, the first Thursday, April 2nd, is already taken. We have someone presenting at the education meeting, a
Okay,
student.
so that's great because I wouldn't want to do it then. On
Yeah.
Quan, are you, in addition to me, available for one of these Thursdays around noon
Yeah,
Eastern,
are we talking about April 9th? Is that when we're talking about?
for example?
Yeah, I'm available April 9th for sure.
Okay,
Yeah,
Okay,
so
so be it.
great, let's do April 9th.
mhm.
Now we had a conversation recently with who? Let me just try to remember. I guess it was Romaine Kidd. Yes, because I told him about some of our leading chapters. I don't know that I did mention Ancon explicitly. I also mentioned Brazil and Thailand and France.
Mhm.
And I suggested in that email that pulling those big shots together for a single meeting, a
Yeah,
chapter leaders meeting, would be a great idea. Besides, Ancon hasn't met many of them.
no, it'd be nice.
So um, we may want to move it back another week in order to give Sarah a chance to try to move them around. But
Mhm.
Sarah, the email you would send to them would say, "Hey there, we're having a
Wait,
um,
who am I including again? Sorry.
the leaders of okay, the name is Everton Lynn in
Okay.
Brazil.
Okay.
His people, if he wants to bring them as well. Thierry Oquidum in France,
Okay.
James Quilty in Thailand. And to my mind, those are sort of the pinnacles on the planet right now. Am I leaving anyone critical out besides, of course, Anquan?
You could
Okay, I
maybe
think that
involve
Okay.
like Poland.
Poland.
Oh, what was his name?
Oh, that guy. Yeah. He doesn't have a big organizational chapter. You know, if we can secure these people for a single meeting, we should then, of course, announce to all of the chapter meetings that we are doing. And then he whose name I don't remember and other chapter leaders can join. But let's sort of try to cast it as a special chapter leader summit to reintroduce the leaders of the most well-established chapters to each other, and also to reinforce the notion that one of those on Quan is playing an ever larger role.
Okay, great. And we're aiming for April 16th at noon.
That sounds safer,
That-
yes.
Okay. Okay,
Great.
sounds good.
All right,
Okay.
I'll mark that. Did you say April 16th?
Yeah.
Okay, let me just make sure.
Oh, yes, and let me double check
Make
the
sure that I'm
calendar.
caught in the hospital.
Right.
That should be okay. April 16th is fine.
Okay, I'll send out a message today.
Give me a minute. Worked for me too. Okay, excellent.
Okay.
And of course, send me the invite
Of course.
and et cetera, et cetera. Okay, well done. Anything else we wish to talk about today?
I don't have anything right now other than it looks beautiful where you are, so enjoy the outdoors
yeah.
and your
I love
conference.
Zellerbach. Yeah.
Yeah. Anquan, you know that we're in the same region right now. I wrote to you and your colleague who I met last time. If you want to get together, let me know.
Yeah, this weekend's a little tough for me, but
That's okay.
I have a good time in Berkeley. It's my old stomping grounds.
Oh, good. Okay. Alexander, nice to see you. We should get an update from you. on
Yes, that's what I wanted to ask. If everybody has a bit more time, I wanted to ask what's currently new with e-NABLE in the past year, in the next year, the major plans, and if we can help with anything.
Well, if you would start by reminding us what 3D API is.
Right. So we made, I used to be a volunteer with e-NABLE a few years ago, and part of the design team. I think I worked a bit on the website as well. Anyway, since then me and a colleague created a startup in 3D printing where we route orders through a network of vetted print farms around the world. It's basically, we have clients that want to sell lamps, for example, and we make them in each tax region for each customer. That's the very basic of what we do. The advantage for e-NABLE and where it might be interesting is that we have this giant network of print farms that have the capability and the resources to attack various manufacturing problems.
How many, how big is your network these days?
Right now, it's 33 vetted manufacturers that we already trust and vetted. I think more than 1,000 printers.
Oh, and where are they located?
Biggest ones by far are US, 2 in Europe, 1 in UK, 1 in Australia. Besides that, we also have Switzerland, Nordic countries, Canada, Malaysia, Singapore.
Keep going. Let me hear the exotic ones. Malaysia, Singapore.
What I think we have one in India. I might be mistaken on that. We have a very big one in China that we refuse to use because of our clients. They have certain requirements. We don't have anything just yet in the Latin America and in Africa, simply because there haven't been any orders.
Okay. Well, that's great to know. What's new with e-NABLE, and answer your question in brief, is that I am increasingly working on things like bioneers, eco-restoration, for which there are a few 3D printing opportunities, including, by the way, a brilliant high school team that's produced this 3D printed drone, which I hope to get outfitted with sensors. But e-NABLE has continued to putter along roughly as in a steady state, except for the advent of Antoine Nguyen and his team in Northern California, which have developed a really promising and substantial program liaisoning with Uganda, where we've delivered, I think, around 80 devices. The quality of the devices is pretty good. The quality of the fitting and the follow-through is, as usual, a challenge, but we are trying to get that under control. And when I say we, I mean Antoine and the new leadership. That's my update.
Nice to hear. Anything we can help with on top of your mind?
Well, I think
yeah.
it would be great to see a map of your location, because when we get requests, you might be able to help us fulfill them.
All right.
Antoine.
There may be updates coming. We'll see. There's some thoughts about keeping the current e-NABLE structure and maybe adding something for groups of larger needs rather than just 1 and 2 arms and things like that, and people who don't have the infrastructure to set up their own 3D printers and things like that. So like Uganda, where they didn't have the infrastructure to set up something on their own. So we created infrastructure for them. And we're still working on that. But I don't want to say we created infrastructure for them, but we created a method by which they can receive 3D printed prosthetics. And so there are probably other areas with similar needs where they can't set up in a chapter on their own in that country or in that area because they just don't have the capacity to do that. So what can we create on our end here in the US or any other developed nation where we can help them create an infrastructure to do that? So that would be one of the kind of the early goals. But I think we can talk about it at the next chapter leads meeting. Yeah. The 9th.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be great. I would love to see you, Alexander, if you could come to that meeting on either the 9th or the 16th that way. The 16th is the larger meeting, is that right, Sarah?
There's a meeting on April 2nd, and then a meeting on April 16th, and I think 16th is
Oh,
where
did you say it was a second? I thought we were talking about the 9th. The 9th is the day I have availability.
You do not have
Um,
availability on the 16th?
I do on the 16th and the 9th, but I was not aware of the second. Did I
I mean,
misunderstand?
you don't have to come to that. It's scheduled. It's that can't be changed. But that is the education meeting with Ian Roy, and a student is presenting on their work.
Oh, no, that's fine. Is there also one on the 9th, or is
No.
there? Oh, there
No.
is not one on the 9th. Okay. All right. And
Um,
what time is the one on the 16th?
The 16th, we would have a chapter leaders meeting at 12 p.m. Eastern.
12 p.m. Eastern. Okay.
And
Okay. That's fine. Let me just
Alexander, you're the one I've been emailing. It's good to meet you. Thank you for coming to this meeting.
My pleasure. Thank you for keeping the emails going so that I can be reminded.
Hey, folks, great to see you all. I'm moving on.
all right, guys. I'll talk to you
Okay.
later.
Bye.
See you next
Bye.
time, everybody.